Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. For the returning subscribers, thank you so much, and for the new subscribers, thank you for joining the family. Well, as you can see, I'm with a very special guest today, a friend, a sister, so many words. I can use so many words to describe her. This is a girl that always makes me laugh. She puts a smile on my face. Am I lying? She's I don't know, she's so kind, she's loving, she is spicy. She can make you laugh. Yeah, so I'm just going to let her introduce herself.
Hi guys, I am Azza. Nice to see you guys today.
Yeah guys, her name is Azza, aka Pretty, and so in today's video I just have like a few questions, some dilemmas. Yeah, so we'll just be taking turns and stay tuned. You've just moved to a new city for university. You're feeling lonely and disconnected. You haven't made many friends yet and miss the comfort of home. What should you do? Azza, what do you think you can do in this situation?
First things first, when you move to a new environment, you get to study the people, get to see how things are being done. Calm down for a while before you get to try to talk to one or two people, and you have to be very conscious on choosing the kind of people you would like to be your friends. Right?
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, I think what she's saying is very true. Like, it's so difficult to adjust to new environments because we are in China. We left home many years ago. It wasn't easy even for us to find the good friends or the people that you can relate to, and the people that are just going to understand you. It takes time. It really takes time, but just give yourself time. You know,
especially when you don't have anybody.
Yeah,
you just can't.
Yeah, it's very difficult because first of all, you're getting used. If it's a country where they even speak a new language, where they speak another language, which is not English, like China, or maybe you go to France or Japan, whichever country where English is not their first language or like their native language. First, you have the language barrier, so it's even difficult for you to relate with the foreigners, like the people in that place. But like she said, I think it takes time. Don't rush to make friends. Analyze the people around you, and just know that new beginnings are very difficult. Yeah, it will take time for you to adjust, but it's a learning process. I think you get used to it as time goes by, and you eventually meet the people that value you and the friends that you need along the way. It's going to be lonely, but just give it time,
and just know that you're actually going to meet different people and get to learn different behaviors from different people, so you just need to take your time. Your roommates' habits are starting to annoy you, whether it's their loud music, dirty dishes, or different sleep schedule. You have tried to ignore it, but now it's affecting your mood. What should you do?
I feel like, especially this thing of having roommates, because we come from different homes.
Yeah.
You know, the way the person was raised and the way we were raised was so different. Maybe that person grew up having nannies. They had people who are doing things for them their whole life.
Exactly.
So them coming to university is actually their first experience of like living alone and living with other people. And there are also other people that, you know, like they've never visited their other relatives, so they don't even have anyone they can relate to. You know, they are so, sometimes they can be closed-minded and they think everything is about themselves, but you need to be patient. It's going to annoy you, it's going to piss you off. I mean, it's something like you can address it, you talk to the person is not changing. Maybe if it starts becoming a toxic environment, you always have an option. Like you can go to the school admin or something and try to get like another room you move out. But if it's something that you can work out, I feel like you should stay, because every roommate, like every person you stay with, they have their own little habits and their own things that they might be doing that might get on your nerves. But remember that you're also not perfect. You also have things that you do, you know, that irritate the other person. So things are not always going to go your way. Yeah, things are not going, and you're not always going to agree on certain things. But I think if you can sit down and talk to the person and tell them, okay, listen, this is what we should do, and this and that, and just try to see how you can work around it, because you can, quite all right, you can move, you go to another room, you find another room, but maybe that person will be worse than the person that you left. So they'll show you Pepe.
It's always good for you to like try to have a communication with that person. this is how I live, this is how I do my things. I like things to be organized. I like things to be this way. And how do you do your own things? You get to understand how this person does their own things, and then you equally tell them, I like it like you respect my sleeping time, you respect my this, and I am going to do same to you. I wouldn't do things to people that if they do to me, I won't be happy. So that way you won't have issues. But if you are this kind of a person whereby you don't care about other people's feelings and you only care about yourself, it's going to be a very difficult situation. So yeah. And in China, from like when you are starting, you have to always have a roommate from the beginning. You can't just come to a school and you expect them
unless
to
maybe
unless
you get a single room,
unless
if
you
you're
have,
not on scholarship or something, you always have an option for a single room. So if you can afford one, just move out and live by yourself. And also staying with people, it also teaches you something about yourself. You will see if you're really patient or impatient. It's like character development. There's something about you, like
we are two different people from different cultures,
maybe even different religions sometimes.
So
because for me, I remember my previous roommate, she was a Muslim. We never really had like any problems and stuff like that. The only thing was that it was the religion, but even it never came in the way of like us being roommates or anything like that. So just have boundaries. Talk to the person. Don't wait till you reach level 100 to address things while you're still on 50 or on 30. Talk to the person. Don't wait till you get pissed off, because you might end up reacting in a way that won't be nice, like in a way.
And if you are this kind of a rude person that you don't like to address things, you always be having problems. And
also maybe if it also be receptive if the other person tells you something, because sometimes you can think just because your roommate is dirty, they're all these things like that the problem, and maybe it's also you, like your attitude, your character. They're also so just because you are clean, just because all these things doesn't make you a perfect person. Maybe you also have like your own weaknesses. So that's it. You're constantly worried about what career to choose, how to succeed, and whether you make the right decisions for your future. What should you do? I don't know if you want to go first. I can go first.
I think that because at one point we get confused on what career to pick. But first of all, you need to know what you like doing. What is that thing that when doing, you do it with passion?
You enjoy it.
Yes, you enjoy it. And secondly, is that thing giving you money? Is that thing giving money? Is that thing going to give me enough money to pay my bills?
To sustain yourself.
Yeah.
Especially maybe if you're like an older person. I feel like when you're younger, you don't really think about money.
You don't really think about it.
But when you reach a certain age, you're like, hey, this career I'm choosing, is it going to help me do this and do that and do that? So maybe if you're older, you can. I feel like for me, I wanted to do business administration for my master's, but then the school I applied to, they didn't have, and I ended up going for public management. I didn't even know what it was, but I was like, I'll just go for the same course. I didn't even like it, but as I started learning the course, I ended up falling in love with it. So sometimes just try to give things a shot. But I know like when it comes to career. It can be very, very tricky.
Different.
But for me, at least, because I did a business course for my bachelor, so the transition wasn't like, very difficult. Certain careers you should never even risk your life for. If you know that you can't manage, if you know you don't have the brains for it, and if you don't want to make your parents to keep on sending you school fees, you failing 10 times the course, stay away from it. Me, things like medicine, I know that I don't like the hospital. Even just seeing sick people itself makes me sick. So I can't even dare to do anything that is related to medicine or the hospital. I don't want, even if I'm making millions of dollars. I know myself.
I want to add something. In the course of pursuing your career, don't forget to pick up a handwork. Don't forget to pick up a handwork, because you might be pursuing your career and you're financially down, and it's that your handwork
developing
that will
a
be
skill,
giving- a skill that is going to be giving you money. Because these are things that we never had anybody to talk to us about.
Yes, growing up, exactly.
So now the world has evolved and everything is. So you need to, like, when pursuing your career, make sure you get a handwork, a skill that will be funding your career. You wouldn't get difficulties pursuing your career.
I also feel like, I think when you're in Africa and when you're here, it's different. In Africa, just focus. If you're doing law, it's law. I feel like it's just now that the economy is kind of like bad and the world is developing, so people are able to see what people are doing in other locations. But like for me, I feel like coming abroad was a big blessing, because it just opened my mind. Like, hey, you can't depend on education alone. This place will frustrate you. It will teach you things.
You will learn the hard way.
Yeah, you will learn the hard way. So in this country, like, you are forced to hustle, whether you like it or not. You just can't depend on your monthly stipend or like on your parents. It just forces you to be innovative.
You need to think out of the
you need
box.
to think out of the box. You need to think out of like engineering or whatever that it is. So just make sure, like, as you are growing, you develop a skill, because your skill is what's going to, like, sometimes you can even, you might develop a skill and that thing will pay you more than what your career is paying. Because there's some people who are hairdressers, makeup artists, they're making more money than doctors, than lawyers, than all of these things. I'm telling you, and they're getting paid every day.
Money more than doctors, more than
someone who spent 5 years in university and all of these things. So don't be too closed-minded, like you're always reading
following my career.
I'm following my career. Like, learn from other people. You see, sometimes even just being street smart, some people know how to negotiate. They are not educated, but if you give them a deal, they can negotiate for you. So just try to learn public speaking. Some of you are too shy or whatever. Just try.
Right?
Some people are too shy. Like, they can't even stand in front of 3 people to talk. They cannot.
A friend posts something negative about you online, and it's causing tension between your group of friends. You are not sure how to handle it without escalating the situation. What should you do?
First of all, if someone posts something about you online, how did it even, if someone is truly your friend, how did it get to a point where they're now taking your private conversations, your private issues to the internet? You can only control how you respond. You can't control how the other person is going to respond.
Yeah.
So one of you has to be mature. But if all of you are pet, it means the whole thing will now start like going out of control. And like, people who don't know you in the internet, they become interested. People will be texting what's going on. And if you let people's voices get into your head, you might end up losing a friend, or losing like a wonderful friendships, because it's very difficult to find your people. Don't take advantage of
But first things first.
Yeah.
People these days really don't understand the meaning of friendship. When you call somebody your friend, it means a lot. Remember, we always fight. Don't call people my friends.
Yeah, that's true. You feel like that person is
I
not my friend.
value friendship a lot. I value friendship a lot. And when I say this person is my friend, no matter how much you hurt me, I will try. I always try as much as possible not to let my emotions control me, right? Before acting, I will try to talk to you. If I talk to you, because I will talk. I will say it the way it is. I wouldn't go, because the social media is just there to spoil things, to escalate things, not helping things. You understand? So I will have to talk to my friend. This thing that you did, I don't like it. And then another thing that when I don't want to say bad things to somebody, I stay quiet for a while.
Yeah, I think
I stay quiet for a while, and then
you cool down. Yeah.
When I call somebody my friend, you will never see me going online. But I see these people of this generation. You have a problem with somebody.
Hey,
you go on
don't
and you're writing on your
She's attacking us. She's attacking the Gen Z.
I will be like, Are you serious right now? You'll be writing a lot of things on your
I end up
status,
saying big secrets for things that the world's not supposed to know.
Why?
Because
And then
they're
later
frustrated.
on,
you regret.
you look at me in the eyes and you can't take the things you said to me.
Yeah, that's very,
It
very
really
true.
hurts.
Yeah, so I think just try to calm down, like she said, and like control how you respond to it. That's just all. Like I'm going to tell you, and don't seek for validation from people that don't know you. Don't.
This on our online fans, their fans are there just to like, if they like you, yeah, they will hype you. But when you see that negativity starts setting in, your set of mind, your mindset starts changing, and you start feeling yourself and acting weird with somebody that you really call your friend.
Yeah, that's very
People that you will never meet your entire life. You use what they say
and these are people that just see the highlight of your life. No one is posting their failures on Instagram, on Facebook. No. Even me, you see me looking fine like this, you don't know what I'm going through.
You don't know if
I'm eating or not. You don't even know. Maybe we have rented this clothes that we're wearing. The internet is not real. People are doing a lot of things.
We are too serious. We are too serious with the internet. Too serious. We take things very serious. Oh, she's enjoying life. You don't know shit about her. You don't know what she's going through.
Yeah, that's very true. Scrolling through Instagram, seeing friends post about their perfect lives while you're struggling with schoolwork and life, you start feeling insecure. What should you do about this? Hey, this
just
is
what we are from saying. Right?
Exactly, like the internet is
pressure.
It's not real.
Pressure.
You see your friends, you know, let's say like maybe if you're straight out of high school, you see your friends going to university. When you finish university, you see your friends getting married, buying cars, moving abroad, living this lavish lifestyle and all that. That's not that. I think sometimes we forget, like maybe I don't know what religion you are, but I'm a Christian. Like life is summed up in times and in season. You must know that just because my friend has gotten married, just because my friend has bought a car, does not mean that I should also buy a car. It is not yet your time. Like focus on where you're going. We have different ambitions and different purposes. There's a reason why we don't look alike. You know, there's a reason why there's a reason why each and every person in the world, their fingerprints are different. No matter what, we all come from human beings, but our fingerprints are different. So just know, like, focus on the prize, focus on where you're going. Don't focus on the outside noise. Like when your friend achieves something, let it be a motivation to want to work hard. You know, don't start. This is how jealousy also starts, because like you start sometimes it can take you like in a negative way. You can start comparing yourself, but like don't compare yourself. I know like it's very, very difficult, especially nowadays. People are posting their achievements on the internet and all of those things. Like do not be moved by those things. Know what your purpose is. Like focus on yourself and where you're going, and don't forget where you come from. Exactly. And the things that you value, because if you are not a principled person, you now want to start sleeping around, stealing, killing, doing all sorts of things, so that you can self-control, so that you can start living that life, because you want to keep up with your friends, you want to do all of these things. So just be very, very careful, and sometimes take a break from social media. You won't die if you go offline for 2 months. Take a break. Sometimes you need to come back to reality. You need to know that social media is not someone's 24/7. No. That's someone just post they've gone to buy ice cream. You don't know. Maybe they stole that money. Maybe it's just a sugar daddy that bought for them or something. You don't know where they got the money to buy that from. So don't be easily moved by the internet. Take a break from it. It's okay to rest.
Let me add in something. You know, again, if you don't have self-control, that is the highest thing that helped me in this country. You must have self-control. Know where you are coming from. We didn't come to China at the same time. We didn't come into this world at the same time. So know what you want and where you're coming from. First things first. You don't know the background of the people living their lives. You don't know who they have that is supporting them in one way or the other. And you want to start comparing with that person? Oh no. I do emulate people. I don't compare with people. If I see somebody doing well and this is something that I like, I emulate that person. And I will try to find out if it's something that I know that I really want to do this thing. I will go up to. One thing about me is I am very curious. I want to know if I want, like, if I see something and I wouldn't just go about comparing. I will ask questions, right? Get to know. If you don't have self-control, you put yourself, especially when you're going abroad, and you know that your parents are not there,
your family,
your family
you're all by
yourself.
yourself.
You are all
Choose
by
the
yourself.
right friend,
If
the
you
right
are not, if you are not strong enough, you would destroy your life.
Because I feel like if we want the fast life,
we could have had it.
Yeah, exactly.
You could
It's
have
just
had
one phone call away. I'm in Dubai, baby.
No, Melissa, this is so true.
This is so true.
Just
But
in China,
discipline.
we can make that money.
Exactly.
No.
But we chose the right way.
There is dignity in labor. I work my money. I spend it. When spending it, I am conscious. Like, oh, I labored for this money.
Yeah.
Don't follow people. Don't follow pressure.
That's
They will be pressuring you with their emotion.
Pepper them.
Like,
and you know this festive season, you see your friends going to expensive
places,
shops,
my dear.
doing all these things, and you want to be moved almost. Stay
Listen
in your
to
house though.
This song that by P Square Peter Okoye, that he said, I would rather celebrate you than to hate you. I would rather congratulate you than to hate you. So when I see people doing well, I am happy. I congratulate you. If it's not yet my turn, I wouldn't force it, but keep working.
And that's living in gratitude also. You need to, sometimes your eyes are so focused on other people, you forget that you're living in your answered prayers.
Exactly.
You forget that your friend is married, or you're quite alright, you've seen your friend get married or buy a car, but you're forgetting that you also just bought a house. And that's a milestone, like,
it's
on its
lot.
own, yeah. So sometimes you need to pause and ask yourself, like, where am I in life? You think about how life was 2 years ago and just be like, God, I'm grateful. I'm thankful. Sometimes just say congratulations, thank you, you passed. That's so you won't die.
So that God will bless you too. When you are looking at people with envy, jealousy, it's getting into you. They are living their life. It's getting into you and destroying you. It's destroying you. Like, no, but when you be yourself, be happy for people.
And talk to someone if you feel like it's getting too much. Have people can be accountable to, maybe church leaders, your sisters, someone who you trust, someone who's going to give you wise counsel, someone who will tell you the things you won't like to hear.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that's one thing I like about my friend, and you know, I get on her nerves so many times. She gets on my nerves so many times. But at the end of the day, I know that even if she tells me the truth, even if I won't like it, she's telling me the truth. It's out of love. Don't have people around you who are always supporting every move you have. You must have a friend who are like, no, this is wrong. Yeah, like don't do this. This is not right. Yeah.
You have a friend who constantly makes plans with you but cancels last minute, leaving you frustrated and disappointed. What should you do? Melissa, let me talk, please. On a serious note, I like punctuality in everything that I do.
Yeah, that's
I am very, very time conscious. So you better not plan something with me that you know that you will not do. No. Yeah. The thing I will do is I will not plan with you next time. If we can do whatever thing we want to do at that moment, we do it. But me planning something with you will be difficult. No. Yeah. I will just leave you to do things at your own pace. But if you can actually follow my own way of doing things, like I think it will be great, right?
Yeah.
So
I think for me, when it comes to punctuality, I really struggle. I can show up, but me coming at 7 a.m.
That's the thing that gets me. I'll be like,
I will show up at 7:30. And honestly, it's a very bad habit.
Yeah,
I
it
really
is
need
bad.
to work. Not just me, I'm sure so many people. So we have this thing of African time, which is so
I
bad.
don't.
When you're abroad, there's nothing. Chinese people won't wait for you. If they've said it is 6:59, you must be there 6:58 or something like
Yes.
that. Like they're very, very punctual.
I
That's
said
one thing I like. And
This country has. I
there's
don't
a
know
way
how
to
this country
mold
has
you,
molded me
build
up.
you.
This country,
Yeah.
I thank God.
I feel like if you have a friend who's always canceling, you should just, at some point you just need to be like, you know what, I don't invite this person anymore. Go alone.
Yes.
Some of you, the
I will
problem
do
is
my
that
things
you
by
don't
myself.
like to spend time with yourself. You always want to involve people.
People, in your
Yeah,
life.
you want
And they
to,
are
like,
pulling you
move
behind.
backwards. They're
Yeah.
like you're getting discouraged. Though there's certain times whereby, me sometimes I'll be happy if someone cancels the plans because I'll be like, I wasn't in the mood to go.
You see me, I don't use alarms, right? I don't
Yeah,
use
she doesn't
alarm.
use.
I am my own alarm.
When she says, even if she sleeps at 5:30, she'll be like, I wake up at 6. Hey,
Yes.
God, I beg.
Yes,
Me, I have
that
to
is
put 3
me.
alarms.
When you are your
That's
own
how-
mother, you are your own father, what will you do?
Hey, I beg.
I've been living alone for 6 years, guys. I've been living alone, so I'm used to.
Yeah.
Am I waiting for somebody to come and wake me up? Had it been you were not here, what could have happened? So you see,
Yeah.
just do things by my own self.
Yeah.
So you need to train yourself. If that your sister that is always waking you up is not there, if that your sister that is always pulling you is not there, if that your friend, if that your mother, because now we are here, our parents are not here. We are our own parents, and we have to be very conscious.
Yeah, that's true. You're struggling to balance your demanding job with spending quality time with your family. You feel guilty and overwhelmed. What should you do? Anyways, for me, I feel like I'm not really qualified to answer this, but let me say, because I've learned and I've seen from other people. I feel like you need to create a routine. I don't know if you're someone who works every day or whatever, but like if you have off days on weekends or whatnot, be intentional about how you spend time with
Your
because
family.
with your family, because these are people that they need memories with you, and you also need to learn something about them. Because if you don't spend time with something, you will never get to know it. It's just like school. If you don't study, you won't know anything about that course. It's just the same as like friendships, family, children, mother to child, husband to wife. If you don't spend time with your wife, with your kids and whatnot, you won't know what they like. There's some parents like they don't even know the shoe size of their child. They don't even know how old the child is. That's how like bad it is. There's some people like who say, I don't remember me and my dad we stay in the same house, but I don't even remember the
You
last
can't
time that I
have
saw
all
him.
at once.
Yeah.
You can't achieve all at once. You
But
must
at least-
struggle to balance.
Yeah, just find like a routine that works for you. You might not spend time with, because career sometimes can be very demanding.
Yes.
There's some people who leave like at 6 and come back home maybe like at midnight. They won't even see their wife, or their wife will already be sleeping and the kids. And also I feel like sometimes like if you're a child and you have parents who are like this, when you're young it's difficult to understand. But when you grow up and you start paying bills, you understand that someone had to make that sacrifice of like waking up early and not spending time with us so that we can have like what we have. So just create a routine and make memories. Be there for them, discipline them. If you don't raise your children, or if you don't raise your child, somebody else is going to do it, and it might not be in a way that is pleasing to you. So
Yes.
just remember that your kids are your responsibility,
very important
and not that
responsibility.
nanny's responsibility, not your sister's responsibility or whatnot. You have to. The Bible says like train the child how you want them to grow up. So if you're not spending time with them, if you're not training them, how do you expect them to grow up in a way that is pleasing? Yeah.
Okay, please, I just want to add something little. I want to ask a question. So, like, should in case you are working and you are married, right? And you have to go to work, come back and do the house chores. What can you do? Like, how can you do to make sure you don't miss anything out? I'm asking you, Melissa.
Hey. Oh, you're asking me. I thought you're asking the viewers.
No, I'm
Sorry.
asking you.
Sorry, what did you say? You said in case.
Like, should in case you are married and working, right? And you have to do the house chores and everything. So how can you do? What can you do to make sure you don't? Because it's the same. It goes with time control and everything. What can you do so that you should make sure you achieve everything that you must have planned for the day? What can you do?
I feel like, first of all, if you're someone who works, if you don't own your own business, you can't control the time you knock off and the time you go at work. So if you're employed by a specific organization, they'll tell you that you have to knock off at 6 p.m. You have to be at work by 6. That one, you can't negotiate. But like if you're a business owner, I feel like you can make time. And also nowadays, I feel like the world is advanced. You don't have to punish yourself. If you can get help, like when it comes to small house chores. Like maybe if you can hire
What
someone,
if your husband is
okay,
an African traditional man?
Hey, me,
That
that's why I
doesn't
won't
work.
end up with that. Please, future husband, just know if you are too if you are too traditional, typical African, whatever that it is, you and me are not compatible, already are disqualified. Please, I beg. I'm not going I feel like why I can get help, I'll get help, and in areas where I have to show up as a wife and as a mother, I should be able to show up. Or it's going to be difficult and it's going to be hard. But also there are people that can't afford a nanny or whatnot. Just try to see,
Just
marriage,
you and your partner.
Yeah, marriage is also a partnership. That's why you must know who you are marrying. What people tell you in the relationship while you are dating, they're not joking. If they say that I want you to be a stay-at-home wife, or I want you, like when you come back from work, even if you come back at midnight, you cook for me, please take it serious. There's some people are like that, so take it serious. If you've seen like this is something I can't live with, leave the person while you're dating. Don't think like when that person marries you
will change.
Get better. Hey,
what
you
that's
will
the thing.
cry.
It will never change in marriage.
Yeah, because whatever you tolerate in a relationship will multiply in marriage. That's just it. So I think it's just the same as the way we talk about red flags. Sometimes after you break up with a person or a friend, something, you'll be like, actually saw these things, but I know
the love was making me
blind.
Yeah. You're having a personal conflict with someone in the church, and it's affecting your ability to worship and participate fully. What should you do? I think that as a Christian, in the first place, you must have the ability to forgive. You must have the forgiving heart. So, if you are having conflicts, because we can't say you can't have conflicts as Christians, you all are human beings, but you must talk about these things and you must talk them out. If truly you want to do this, the work of God, you must be ready to forgive and forget and move on. So I don't understand how you will have problems and it will get to that extent whereby you feel uncomfortable worshiping.
I feel like also sometimes like in the church, maybe you can be having a conflict with an elderly person, and people equate age to being wise. There are some people that are old but they are not wise, they are very foolish. I'm sorry but that's the truth. And there are people that are young and they are very, very wise. So sometimes like older people always want to kind of like win. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes when people are arguing, when they're in a conflict, they don't look at the problem. They start, it's like you and me, let's say, for arguing about something, we won't see what the problem is, but I'll be fighting you and they're fighting me as a person, instead of us fighting like what the problem is. And I'll just use the biblical principle. There's this parable of the unforgiving servant, where there was this servant that owed his master money, and the master was like, give me back my money, what, and he said, please, I don't have money. Then he was forgiven. Then that servant there was someone who owed him money. Then he made sure like he threw that person into jail and whatnot. Yeah, and whatnot. Then the people that saw him knew that he owed his master some money, and they went to report. They were like, the servant you forgave, or there's someone that is owing him money, and they made sure that like this person was thrown into jail. So the master called for the servant and told the servant like, you are not grateful, I forgave you, but you don't even want to forgive this person or whatnot. And he was upset and all of those things. So it's just the same, like and then Jesus at the end said that this is the same like with you people like who don't forgive and whatnot. Like God has already forgiven you and paid the price for it, but you decide not to forgive. So God is going to, sometimes you even go to hell because of just maybe small thing like unforgiveness or something. So you need to have like a forgiving heart. It's really, really difficult, but be deliberate about it.
Okay, this
Just
is one
be
thing
very
about me.
deliberate about
If I have a problem with somebody and I talk about it, I am done. I might not I might not continue having a conversation with you or talking to you, but my heart, anything about you is gone. I might decide to stay my lane, you stay your own lane, but I am not holding anything. My heart will be as white as snow. So I continue to do my things and move on with my life peacefully. Me not talking to you doesn't mean we have issues. You understand? Oh, I'm still angry about what happened. No, I'm done. We're not talking. I just want to stay away from problems, and that's it.
Yeah, that's and I feel like also, like, if you feel like this person's not understanding and it's making you uncomfortable, you can report to the church elders. From there you go the pastor. You know, even the Bible says that if your brother has sinned against you, you forgive that person. If they are being stubborn, you go to another person, like the parents and whatnot, and if they don't listen, you bring it upon other people. If they don't listen, sometimes you just leave people, just let them be, but you should never, don't allow it to get to a point where it makes you uncomfortable, because it makes you uncomfortable, because this is why you find a lot of people are leaving the church, and they're being hurt by the church.
Days.
So it's not the church that hates you, it's just that one member that hates you, and now you hate the whole church, you hate the whole congregation. Yeah, so that's it for today's video. I hope you were blessed and you enjoyed my guest. She's actually my first guest, guys. I just hope I can have more of my friends, like in the coming year. The thing is that most of my friends, they stay far away, but the ones at school, I'll try to involve them, and we should do more of these videos. I feel like they're very educative. You get to share our opinions, and also feel free in the comment section, to share your opinions with us, and also the question that she asked, please respond to it. We also want to know your opinion. Maybe we can learn something from each other. Thank you so much for watching, for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Till next time, bye.